Yo, what is up, everybody? It is Jay from the JPG Show. Welcome back. I filmed an episode before this, but it is immensely depressing with a single person. So I will refilm it later and re upload it when I bring some friends onto the podcast. But what is up? Happy Easter, everybody! Happy Easter for my non religious folks. Hope you had a good Sunday. Spend some time with your family. I don't know, go to church, maybe. That's what I did today. I went to church, spent time with my family. Let's talk about my life. Nothing, well, I mean, we'll see if it's funny, but let's just talk about life right now. All right, yeah, I went to church today. That was fun. I enjoyed it. I like going to church, I really do. But I went to church. I'm not going to start preaching. Don't worry about it. But went to church, spent time with my family. Saw some people I haven't seen in a while. Had a good time. Went to hibachi, Japanese hibachi, for lunch. So good. But man, that chicken was undercooked. And when I tell you that I got home, the first thing I did when I got home was take a dump and then take Tums. That chicken was undercooked. It had barely been an hour. I mean, it was bad, but it was so worth it. It was so good. I thought I ate Japanese Chipotle almost. I was so sick. But either way, had a good time. Cannot complain too much. Not that it would matter if I did anyway. Who's listening? You know? I filmed a really depressing episode of this, or whatever, filmed, whatever you want to call it. It was really depressing. I'm going to be completely honest. I cried in part of it, so I won't be uploading that version. When I get my friend on here to record, because that's what we're going to talk about, some depressing stuff. But yeah, so, I want to talk about NASCAR. None of you, guaranteed, like, none of you give a frickety frack about NASCAR. I don't watch NASCAR anymore. But next Sunday, next Sunday I'm supposed to be going to Talladega, Alabama, Talladega for the race. Love me some racing. I like going to live events because I hate stage racing. Is what they do. They like take breaks in between the race. Like, yeah, we're making left turns. Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Let's take a break. Like what? No, no. Drive dizzy. Like that's not why they take breaks, but still, it's a money grab, is what it is. More drunk rednecks to buy more beer. Is what it is. It takes more time, so they buy more beer. Well, they sit there and contemplate why they married their sister. But it is what it is. But I like going to these live events. You meet all sorts of funny people. You meet all sorts of cool people. The vendors are really nice. There's free stuff. You get so much free stuff. Oh my god. But it's gonna be weird because I have to traverse this gravel and all this terrain and steps and stairs with my gimpy leg and messed up foot. So we're gonna see how that goes. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm gonna try to wear boots. I don't want to ruin my shoes. I'd rather wear boots. See if I can't get boots on at that point. Anyway, so here's what I got for Easter. Because my mom still wants us to do Easter baskets. For context, before I get into this, because I might choke up, tear up, cry, whatever, I was very close to my grandfather before he passed away. He was basically my father. Or a father, sorry, a father figure. Very prominent in my life, taught me half the things I know, half the wisdom I know, if not more. I love that man to death. And then he passed away from lung cancer a few years ago. And the only mementos I had to him were his truck that he left for me and his grandfather clock, which I can't move from his house because it's a grandfather clock. I don't want to disassemble it and repair it and blah, 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 blah. So, excuse me, I'm so tired. I'm yawning. Oh, God. I didn't yawn filming last episode. Depressing things make you sleepy, I guess. But I walk into the living room and I sit down this morning. My mom's like, "You gonna look?" And I said, "Maybe." It's because when I walked in, I thought I saw a glimpse of this red pouch. I was like, that pouch is familiar. That was my pops's. It had tools and he kept that in his truck. So I started tearing up and I was like, I don't want to look at this. I'm gonna cry. And I looked over and I saw the red pouch and it took everything I had not to just bawl. So we did Easter one night. And I said, okay, I gotta grab a shower before church. And I got in that shower, and before I even turned the water on, I started sobbing, bawling. I miss that man so much. I mean, I just cried and cried. but not like super sad tears. It was a mix of happy and sad tears. It was like, oh, I have something I can keep with me to remember him by. But man, I miss him so much. I'm too materialistic. I cared about the material things to remember him when should remember him through the wisdom he gave me, but still, in the memories. But either way. And I got Reese's eggs. Those Reese's eggs. They come in like a package, kind of like Cadbury eggs do. I think it's Cadbury that I'm thinking of, but they're Reese's. Oh my god, I have an addiction to Reese's. Chocolate and peanut butter, so good. Oh my god, it's so good. But yeah, but now I'm at home, relaxing, tired, so sleepy. But I gotta roll this one out for y'all. I gotta respect the grind. I'm gonna yawn again. Son of a gun. I don't have like anything to talk about. Like I just hit the record button. I don't have I don't have jack squat to talk about. Let's talk about the future of this podcast. So, I will be bringing on soon a friend of mine. She shall remain nameless. And then, hopefully, regularly, I will be bringing on a group of people who want to come on and do this with me. I have to work it out with them. But I'm very excited to tell you guys that. It's going to be wonderful. I cannot wait. It's going to be great. Cannot wait for that. And then also, um, well, I think I mentioned this last time. I just want to clear it up again. I will not upload regularly. I will just upload when I have the time to actually sit at home, be alone, and film stuff like this, and just talk. So I don't want y'all to think there's any schedule. There's not really a schedule. It's just that as I can, kind of thing. Oh my god, maybe I should have waited till tomorrow. I got to spend the weekend on Saturday with some family friends, and they have they have two children. One of them is like 2 years old now, almost 2 years old, and she is the sweetest little ball of sass. I love this child. She is the first baby I ever held. I held her when she was a baby. First baby I ever held. She's so sweet. I love her. First time I met her, she curled up in a ball on my chest and just went to sleep. Oh my god, it was so sweet. I love this child. And she's getting so big, it makes me feel old. Like this is like I posted a picture of me and her on my Snapchat story, and my friends were like, look at him being the grandpa we all knew he could be." Because my friends call me grandpa. They were like, "Look, grandpa, he's being grandpa," and I was like, "Shut up! I'm not that old. I'm just grumpy and I'm always in pain. It doesn't mean I'm old." Okay, maybe a little bit. But I would say I'm an old man trapped in a young boy's body, but that's called statutory rape. So that's not what I'm going to say. Um, that joke was a lot funnier in my head. I am I'm so sorry. That joke was a lot funnier in my head. There is an aeroplane going over my house, and it was really low, and that's kind of scary. Maybe the Russians are finally here. Maybe the FBI knows I know that JFK really died by suicide. I'm just kidding. That's not. We talked about that in history class the other day. We talked about like how JFK died. And I was like, "Coach, you heard the theory, right, about Lyndon B. Johnson? Picture of him winking at the senator from like Texas, or whoever, wherever the senator's from, and a picture right after he was sworn in. They wink at each other. And you're a little smitten because you're president because a guy died. Would you like to admit to your sins, Mr. Johnson? I know you're dead, but would you like to admit to your sins? Come to confess." It's one of my favorite lines by by James Spader. If you don't know who James Spader is, he's the star in the show Blacklist. I think he's in Boston Legal, and he played Ultron in Avengers: Age of Ultron. He has that raspy voice, the "come to confess your sins." I can't do it. God, I wish I had his voice. Ugh. I love listening to his voice more than I love listening to Liam Neeson and Morgan Freeman. Those are my top 3 voices in this order: James Spader, Liam Neeson, and Morgan Freeman. Top 3. And Morgan Freeman and Liam Neeson are really tied for number 2. And at number 3 is probably Sir Michael Caine. Or the guy who plays Count Dooku. I can't think of his name. The guy who plays Count Dooku in Star Wars. God. But yeah. We're talking about that, and I said, JFK, and I asked Coach, I said, okay, Coach, I know you can't say this, but do you think the government had something to do with JFK's death? And he said, absolutely. And I was like, oh, jeez. It's like, Coach knows something. Old bastard was alive. I can't cuss. I don't care. Old bastard was alive when it happened anyway, I think. So, he's not a bastard. I love Coach. He's great. He's a great guy. But yeah, the government had something to do with JFK. I'm listening to classical music. Random fact: I love classical music, but I really just started listening to it, and right now I'm listening to Maher. Is that who I'm listening to? Is his name Gustav Mahler? I don't know if that's the composer or the director. Artigo Sear Langsam? I don't know. Crystal Ludwig. I don't know. I don't know. Richter Leiter. I don't know who composed it, but I don't know how well this microphone's picking this up because I'm like on the side of it. I just love classical music. I really do, and I just messed up my mic. That's okay. I don't know. I'm trying to fix it. But I love classical music. It is the single greatest thing in the world to me because it's so relaxing. It's what I listen to when I record these podcasts because it kind of helps me focus. Like I'll be sitting in class, I'll put on some classical music, and I'll just sit there and I'll just. Well, you can't see me for some reason. I thought you could see me, but I'm just kind of directing music with my hands. You know, that's what I do, and it's so calming and relaxing. The finer things in life. If it were up to me, I'd be wearing a suit with a vest every day. Except I'm not skinny enough to do stuff like that, and I don't look big enough to be intimidating like some big mob boss. I just look like an idiot in a suit who was late for work and has an Amish neck beard. Yeah, go back to churning butter, Grandpa. Like, no, that's not why my neck beard is a neck beard. It's because I just too lazy to shave. But yeah. This episode's probably going to be relatively short. We might make it past the 20-minute mark. We'll see. Read my Bible today. That was good. That was good. I read my Bible today. I read my Bible every day. I don't know why I'm acting like I don't. I do. I read it every day. I need to turn my fan on. This room is hotter than like a nutsack on a hot Arizona day in the desert. Give me one moment. I gotta stand up to do this. I turn it off when I'm recording because I don't want the microphone to pick up the fan. So I'm just gonna hope that it doesn't pick it up. Oh, that already feels better. Hopefully it doesn't pick it up. We'll see. Actually, I know what I'm gonna do. Hold on. Just put it down to its lowest level that is still on, just to get the air flowing. Anyway, you know what I hate? Participation trophies. I hate that children get participation trophies now. Because I got participation trophies. And at first, I turned out to be a spoiled little brat who was so entitled. And then one day, my mom just slapped me in the face and said, "Son, you're worthless." That's not how that went down. However, those words did come out of. No, they didn't come out of her mouth. But, like, kids nowadays, everybody, oh my god, I'm so tired. Why am I yawning so much? I need to, drink coffee. But, speaking of, I'll get to my coffee and church story today. Anyway. Kids get all these participation trophies and it makes them feel like they won. You lost, you loser. Like, get good at t-ball. Like, open your eyes and actually hit the ball, not the tee. and then don't punch little Johnny in the stomach because he tagged you on first base a little too hard. Like, shut up, cry about it, and get better. Hit the cages, kid. Hit the gym. All right, lift some weights. You're like 5. You're a man. Cut the grass, you know? But no, everybody's got to get a participation trophy because everybody's got to feel like it was fair. Everybody deserves it. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? You know what you deserve? A butt. A butt? I messed up my tangent. A boot up the booty. All right, that's what you deserve. A booty. Boot. Can't spell booty without boot, which is where my boot goes, up your booty, because you're such an a-hole that nobody cares about. Karen, all right? Like, it makes me so mad that these kids get participation trophies. They're so self-entitled and self-centered. It makes me so mad. But you know, then I remember. They're probably all going to die before me, and they're 10 years younger than me because they're so self-entitled, and they're going to end up vaping themselves to death. So you know what? Oh well. Little Johnny got addicted to nicotine and died. Search thetruth.com to quit vaping. Just shut. I hate those commercials. Did you know it can vaping and nicotine and tobacco can make depression worse? Really? It helped me focus through mine. Helped me get through my depression. That's not true. It made me more depressed. Thetruth.com kind of factual, but it doesn't matter. I wish this isn't political. This is just I wish states would like legalize weed. You're a Christian, you can't say that. Yeah, well I just did, didn't I? Like I wouldn't like do it, but I'm just sick and tired of it being a crime. Like at least decriminalize it. Which people don't get that. What's the difference between decriminalization and illegal or legal? Legal means you can like sell it, blah 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 blah. Decriminalized just means you can use it, or you can't be arrested for it. You might could get fined or something, but it's not like a crime. It's just you can't sell it, which defeats the purpose of decriminalizing something. Because if you're going to decriminalize a product, you have to make it legal to sell. Like one day, this country's gonna get so bad they're gonna decriminalize cocaine and use it for medical purposes again, and people are gonna be off their rockers, like off their rockers, bad. And I hope that I'm not alive to see that day. But yeah, so let me get to my coffee and church story. So I rode with my sister to church today because I didn't want to deal with my parents. I was just like, you know what? My sister's driving separate. I'm riding with her. They can get over it. So I ride with my sister. My sister's like, hey, got a question. I was like, what? What's up? She was like, you want something from Dunkin'? And I was like, oh my God, yes, queen, get me my coffee. Like, I don't drink coffee that often. I mean, okay, people at school see me in the morning. Sometimes like the Starbucks, the cold bottled Starbucks mocha coffees, whatever. Yeah, I drink those from time to time. But like, this song is like 25 minutes long. Nut. Anyway, um, but so we go in. She's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, "I don't drink coffee. I drink the frozen or the cold mocha Starbucks drink." She was like, "Okay," and she orders me this mocha cold coffee with the whipped cream and chocolate drizzle. And I got a small because I didn't think I'd like it. Oh my God, it was so good. I wish I'd gotten a large. But I didn't want to walk into church with it. So my friend Devin shows up the church and he's got a McDonald's like Coke in his hand. And I was like, walk in front of me so that if my mom sees my drink, she'll see yours and she won't yell at me for having a drink inside the church. My mom had her Yeti. She had like, her Yeti cup, whatever. And I was like, oh, I was worried for nothing. All right. It's a good day. I gotta stop being so paranoid, man. Yeah. I had a good day though. I can't complain. I'm just God, it wears me out. I didn't realize how hard it is to carry a kid around on your waist all day. Like, I carried that kid around yesterday, family friend's baby, carried her around for like 20 minutes. After 5, my arm was like, hey, dude, we weren't built to do this, you know, and like just because you can lift a lot of weight doesn't mean you can hold a lot of weight. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta sit there and hold it. Yeah, no. Makes your arm real tired real fast. But that baby is so adorable. She's just so cute and precious. But she's heavy. She's getting old. She's like 2 years old now. Getting old. I love kids, though. I tell people I hate kids, but I really don't. I love kids. I take care of kids at church on Wednesday nights. I love those kids, man. Some of them are booty holes too. They're just some straight booty cheek slappers, man. They're rude, but I love them. I just want them to be good kids. A lot of them are kids, you know, who didn't have any parenting. They live with their aunts and uncles, you know, with 6 other kids, you know, so they don't get that attention they need. But they're good kids. They just don't have any direction. And if one of them needed a shirt, I'd give them one off my back. I would. I think. I really think I would. I don't want to have to find out though. God, if you're listening, well, you're listening, but you know, I don't want to find out. Not the hard way, at least. But um, you know what the worst thing is? When you're on your bed, your pillows are getting old. So even when you fluff them, they're not really fluffing anymore. They're just getting flat. So I had the chance to get new pillows today. My mom was like, "You gotta come to Walmart with us." I was like, "But I don't want to go to Walmart today. It's Easter. I don't want to go shopping on Easter. I want to spend time with my family and then go home and take a nap and then literally crap myself back to sleep because I got to use the bathroom and I'm so tired afterwards I gotta go back to sleep, which is really gross and really disgusting, but it sounded really funny in my head, so I said it. Anyway, less about defecating and more about, yeah. But I was like, I don't want to go shopping on Easter. So me and my grandmother, we sat in the car and gossiped for an hour. It was the best hour of my life. We just sat there and gossiped and gossiped and gossiped. I didn't even realize an hour had passed by. I'm gonna have to wrap up this episode soon because I'm gonna have to go to bed. I'm so tired. Well, when I say go to bed, I'm gonna have to trim it up to just get the intro and get the end, not the part where I have to get to the screen where I'm at now, and then upload it and then go to bed. It's gonna take like another like 30 minutes to an hour. Ah, I'm not complaining though. I love what I do. I love this podcast. It is the best decision I've ever made. Well, that and doing your mom. I'm just kidding. I'd hate to give your mom a kid she actually cares about. Loser. No, I'm just kidding. That's so mean. I'm so sorry. That was so mean of me to say. Yet so incredibly true. No, I'm just kidding. Sometimes I wish my mom smoked pot. I'm just that's random, but sometimes I just wish she smoked weed just because like my mom, like I love her to death, but she just like gets mad over little things. So I wish she'd just like smoke weed sometimes just to be like, it's whatever. We'll take care of it later. Nope. But weed's the worst thing in the world, kids. It's a gateway drug. As someone who has done some substances, it was not because I smoked and or ate weed. The weed had nothing to do with it. Okay, here's what the weed had to do with it. It was the people I met because of me doing weed. The weed itself isn't a gateway drug. The people you meet are gateways to bad things. That's the problem. But heck, everybody smokes weed now. You never know who's good and you never know who's bad. And only the good die young, laugh with the sinners, and cry with the saints. You know what I mean? Which is a great song, by the way, by Billy Joel. But he had a point. A lot of people, sometimes including myself, would rather laugh with the sinners and cry with the saints. Only the good die young. And even though I try to be a good Christian person, sometimes I like to have fun. which is kind of a problem because it was preached about today at church, and man, I felt real guilty. I mean, I could have burst into flames. Oh my God. Got up there talking, well, not the preacher, but preacher's son got up there talking about partying and whatnot. Man, I could have burst into flames if he'd have looked me dead in the eye. I'd have just, oh man, it was bad. I'd have been struck down by lightning bolts if he'd have looked me in the eye because I felt so guilty. But I'm so materialistic and I love having a good time. But that's my problem. Which I've gotten a lot better though. I've gotten a lot better. I'm sober. I'm abstinent. Am I abstinent? Yeah, I'm abstinent. So I had to think about it. I was like, wait, I haven't done that, right? Yeah, no. Like I'm doing good for myself because that's what I want to do. I want to be clean and just be a kid. So that's what I do, and I will always tell kids: do not have sex, do not drink, and don't do drugs. Why? Because it will ruin your life when you're a kid. Because you're gonna start thinking you need it, but you don't. What you need, a little bit of love. Anyway, sorry, it's a Weezer song. Anyway, Weezer, not Weezer. Yeah, I listen to Weezer. I listen to Weezer on the daily. Not on the down low, on the daily. I listen to Weezer. But yeah, I could have. Oh man, I'm so glad he didn't look at me. I'd have burst into flames, dude. Whew. Well, I guess that's all I got for this episode. This is gonna be a really short episode. That's all I got. I'm so tired. I can't think. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more. Share this with your friends and your family, maybe, well, maybe your family, but share this with your friends if you think they'd enjoyed it because you enjoyed it. I really appreciate the exposure, and maybe your friends will enjoy this. So thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you all later. Peace.